Well, good morning, everybody. It's Connor. We're back here with the Room Mill. What is going on in your world? Is it morning? Is it evening? What's going on? What are you drinking? What are you eating today? Let me know everything in the comment section below. We're back here with your Borough coverage this evening, the watch-along and the instant match reaction, followed by all of your post-match bits as well, which are going to land on the Wednesday and Thursday as well, everybody. We've got our new show, Battle Lines, coming up, which was a really popular show with you guys last week. Make sure you tune in for that. We've got Full Time with Connor as well, where we're going to be analysing everything that's happened midweek. Could Leeds United go top of the table? We will wait and see. There is obviously another possibility that Leeds go back to third, but let's not think about that. We're going to make sure you're liking, subscribing, commenting. As I've said, everybody, head on over to the Patreon. We've got another Generation Leeds episode. That's out now. We're going to be releasing some Christmas merch over there for one of you lucky people to win the Tanaka bits. I'm thinking about putting that on there for you guys because it's absolutely beautiful and perfect. But you have to be part of the Patreon to win it. Head on over there, guys, as well. We've got a football prizes Christmas offer, everybody. Link in the description below. We are also sponsored by IPM Group UK. You know it, people. Keep it within the Leeds United community. Rick and the gang do a fantastic job on your CCTV and security needs. Let's get into it, shall we? So to start off, everybody, Real Salt Lake's Young Player of the Year last season, Diego Luna, is causing a massive stir. Teams in Belgium, Holland, Spain and Portugal are all looking at the left winger / attacking midfielder. He's causing an absolute stir at the minute. He's seen as one of the next big things in the MLS, and I think they're a little bit worried out there that he's going to leave that league and come to one of the European leagues. Obviously, when you get a big star out in the MLS, it's keep him cosseted, keep him protected. Let's keep him over here. Build the game around him. You know, we've got the World Cup coming up. Let's make this one of our poster boys going into that competition, of course, but I don't know if that's going to happen. There are so many clubs after him. I read a report this morning that there are 10 clubs after Diego Luna, Leeds United being one of them. 8 goals, 8 assists, 58 shots this season, and he's created 54 chances, everybody. So he's doing really well this season. He's been rumoured with Leeds for a while now. It's been about 2 months when I first saw this guy's name, but the rumours are just carrying on and on and on and on. So it looks like a real talent. Watched a couple of bits of him on YouTube. Can't profess to know X, Y, and Z about him, but looks like he's got lovely balance, a great strike on him, and an eye for an assist, which is nice, everybody, because I've been talking about vision and decision making in that position for many months now, many moons, but can transition into a central attacking midfielder as well. Could be a cheap option for Leeds United of the 3 to 4 million quid in January. Very much of the Al Tanaka price range. If you know anything about Diego Luna, let me know in the comment section below, but he could be a very, very decent, viable and cheap option. Leeds board are extremely confused as of this morning on what to do with Joseph of Gelhardtshire. Joffy has obviously not really made it at Leeds United. His talent, his ability, of which Jamie Carragher once called him a very special boy, he's never really hit it. And I think it's getting to a point with Joffy where we don't really know what to do with him. I don't think Leeds know what to do with him. I don't think Leeds know where to play him. I mean, literally last time we played Borough, last time out at Ellen Road when we lost 3-0, Joe Gelhardt was playing right wing. Yes, everybody. And it feels like towards the start of last season when he was featuring a little bit more, it felt like that was the time for Joe to really prove himself and really shoe himself in before all the big signings came in. And you were seeing Shackleton right wing and Gelhardt up top against Birmingham away, John Eustace Birmingham side. But he was never really able to fashion himself into proceedings. He was never able to really convince Daniel Farke, and it never felt like the boss, as many others, including Bielsa, haven't been convinced on Joffy, that it was his time. And I think he's had more than enough time now. I think he's had opportunities, and I do think it's the right time to move him on. Now, there's a little bit of confusion right now within the ranks at Leeds United because we don't essentially know what to do with this valuation. In January, there are apparently many clubs looking at loaning Joe Gelhardt, Rangers, Celtic and Hull City being 3 of the clubs that are rumoured. But Rangers apparently are extremely keen on him. But the big problem is what Leeds want to do with him. Apparently, Leeds don't want to let him out on loan, and Leeds want to look for that transfer fee. And I think that's only right. I think it's right for Joe. I think it's right for Leeds United. I think if they don't do that, we're going to be going on this carousel again with Gelhardt. Obviously, went out to Sunderland, didn't he? It didn't work with him at all at Sunderland. And I think what they need to do right now, Leeds, is get a valuation for him. They brought him in for £1 million. Can we sell him for 5 million quid? Can we sell him for 3 to 4 million quid and make profit on him, which looks good on the books? I mean, it just makes a lot of sense. And I think for Joffrey's career, I think we've got a bit of a duty of care for him as well. I think going somewhere like Rangers would be unbelievable, but we know the SPL just don't generate, that league just doesn't generate enough cash to be spending willy-nilly. So what's going to happen with him? Are they going to move? What's Leeds' value? Are Leeds going to be going hard on him and saying, similarly to what they're doing with Max Verber, if you can't meet the valuation, you're not having him, which I think is a really strong and important stance from Leeds United. It's going to be fascinating to see. But what would you do with Joe? Would it be a loan? Would it be a transfer? And what do we need to do for the player? It feels like he has to move on this winter window. And I sort of end to Mateusz Klich's career as well. It always puts a smile on our faces seeing the cheeky little Polishman on social media. And I was doing a little bit of scrolling this morning, and he looks like he's going to be linking up with his favoured team in Cracovia back in Poland. Obviously, Krakow for you Brits and maybe Americans. But yeah, Krakow, it looks like you're going to be coming back in for Mateusz Klich. He has a 2-year deal with DC United, which obviously runs out in the year 2026. But the Polish publications are stating this morning that apparently they've had contact with DC United, contact with Mateusz Klich, and Klich actually responded on a tweet of which a Polish publication put out in a classic Mateusz Klich fashion, of which he doesn't really care, which is, I think, why we all loved him, saying, I thought the messages were private. Laughing emoji face. So listen, a man who came to Leeds United from, I believe it was Utrecht in the Netherlands for about 1.5 million quid, and then was siphoned out of the side by Thomas Christensen, and then came back to just bounce into Marcelo Bielsa's plans and thrive. And we all absolutely loved him. Obviously, he got to the back end of his career at Leeds, where, as every other player did, including Luke Ayling, Liam Cooper, Pat Bamford right now, they're all absolutely knackered because of Bielsa ball, and that was the peaks of their careers. But it's great to see him have this almost send-off, going back to Krakow, going back to his home club, and it's a lovely send-off for his career for me. So, to his career for me, I should say. So, good luck, Mateusz, and I'm sure I'll see you in Harrogate again someday. Louie Barry. Now, I've wanted to talk about Louie Barry for quite a while, but it's interesting how it's going to shape up, in my opinion, this January. Now, Louie Barry is on loan at Stockport County at this moment in time. He's a Villa player who, at 16 years of age, went out to Barcelona and was seen as the next prodigy, almost like your Martin Odegaard's at Real Madrid. He was seen as Barcelona's almost equivalent, was brought out there, and everybody was like, who is this kid? Was done insanely well in the Midlands and was brought out over there. Now, his career didn't really hit that springboard. Aston Villa grabbed him, and then they loaned him out. And they've loaned him out to Stockport County in League One, of which Stockport are doing really, really well this season. Louie Barry's numbers in a central attacking midfield role are staggering. They're absolutely staggering. He's literally maxing out pretty much every chart on FootMob. If you check his stats on FBref as well, which is another data quantitative, representation of how that player's doing, it's unbelievable. His pass accuracy, his goals, his assists, his shots on target, his crosses per game, his cross accuracy, everything is mind-blowing. Now, he's playing in League One at this moment in time, but he's literally playing at a upper echelon championship level. He's getting rave reviews everywhere. There was actually rumours of Villa bringing him back to be part of their squad, but according to several reports over the last couple of days, they are wanting to loan him out again, but to a top-end championship club. Now, for me, this is absolutely perfect. Now, is he a perfect Daniel Farke player for me as well? He's bullish, he's strong, he's powerful, he's explosive, he's athletic, and technically, he's very, 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 very good as well. Now, you don't get signed by Barcelona when you're 16 and grabbed by Aston Villa if you're a bad football player. Don't get put off by the fact that he's been playing in League One. He's playing way above his station right now. And apparently there is one club front and centre for him, and it is Middlesbrough. And Middlesbrough just seem to be able to get these players, sort of the young players of the future. Morgan Rogers is the last one who I remember in that role, who obviously they then sold on to Aston Villa for 10 million quid after buying him for a million quid, I believe, from the City Academy. And I just feel like this right now for Leeds United, the radar's got to be stinging. It's got to be going. It's got to be blaring. we've been talking about a central attacking midfielder on this channel who has the technical ability to win games, has that X factor, but also have the Daniel Farke attributes which he likes in a central attacking midfielder of being good on and off the ball. Louie Barry is a complete package at the age of 21. He's got so much room for development, and you feel like Farke could definitely get his hands on him, like some of the young prodigies he's had before, and Jamal Lewis and Max Aarons at Norwich as very young examples who went on to do okay in the career. And I just feel like this is a perfect one. It's a perfect opening goal for Leeds United alone. It doesn't commit you too much to him, and you've just literally got a guarantee there. Someone who's played for big clubs in the past as well, so you can't imagine that Leeds United would be too great for him, of which you have got to take into consideration when you're bringing young players or any players on. A classic example being someone like Diego Luna, who we were speaking about before. Louie Barry, in my opinion, is, apart from the loan fee, just an obvious one to go and get. And if we can compete with Borough for his signature, surely he'd want to come to Leeds over Borough as well. A little bit closer to home. Leeds have probably maybe vaster promotion ambitions and well, I should say realistic ambitions, because Borough have those ambitions as well. And I just feel like that is an open goal. That is an open goal for Leeds United right now, and it's really encouraging news to hear that he's going out on loan in January. Borough being the front runners, surely Leeds can hijack that if they want to. That's been it for the Room Mill, everybody. We're going to be back this evening with all of your Borough bits. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Head on over to the Patreon for some bonus bits. Check out Back 4 for your Tanaka merch as well, and all your other bits and bats on there. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure. I'll see you in a bit. Cheers.